Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to share a powerful story with you. A story about failure, determination, courage, and the incredible power of never giving up. So, sit back, relax, and listen carefully, because this story might change the way you look at your own life. In a small town surrounded by hills and fields lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel was not the smartest student. He was not the strongest athlete. He was not born into a wealthy family. In fact, his family struggled to pay their bills every month. But Daniel had something that many people around him did not have. He had a dream, a very big dream. He wanted to build a successful life, not only for himself, but also for his parents, who had sacrificed everything for him. Every morning, Daniel would wake up before sunrise. While most people were still sleeping, he was already studying, learning new skills, and planning his future. Many people laughed at him. "Why are you working so hard?" they asked. "You'll never make it. People like us don't become successful." At first, those words hurt him. Sometimes he would lie awake at night and wonder if they were right. Maybe his dream was too big. Maybe success was only for other people. But deep inside, a small voice kept whispering, "Keep going." And so he did. Years passed. Daniel continued working hard. One day, he applied for an important scholarship. He believed this opportunity could change his life forever. For weeks, he waited for the result. He imagined receiving the acceptance letter. He imagined making his parents proud. Then the day finally arrived. With trembling hands, he opened the email. Unfortunately, he was rejected. The dream he had worked for seemed to disappear in a single moment. Daniel felt devastated. For days, he barely spoke. For weeks, he lost his motivation. Everything seemed dark. Everything seemed hopeless. One evening, while walking through a quiet park, he noticed an elderly gardener planting seeds. Daniel watched him for a few minutes. Finally, he asked, "Why do you keep planting seeds when it takes so long for them to grow?" The gardener smiled. Then he replied, "Because I believe in what I cannot see yet." Daniel stood silently. The gardener continued, "Most people quit because they don't see results immediately. They dig up their dreams every day to check if they are growing. But success doesn't work that way. First, the roots grow. Then the tree appears." Those words hit Daniel like a lightning bolt. For the first time, he realized something important. Failure was not proof that he should quit. Failure was proof that he was trying. The next morning, Daniel made a decision. He would start again, not because it was easy, but because his dream was worth fighting for. He improved his skills. He learned from his mistakes. He worked harder than ever before. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. Slowly, things began to change. A company noticed his work and offered him an internship. Later, that internship became a full-time job. The job helped him gain experience. The experience helped him gain confidence. The confidence helped him create opportunities he never imagined possible. Year after year, Daniel continued moving forward, not because life became easier, but because he became stronger. Then came the moment he had dreamed about for years. He was invited to speak at a large conference. Thousands of people sat in the audience. Many of them were young dreamers just like he once was. Daniel stepped onto the stage. He looked at the crowd. Then he smiled, and he said, "There was a time when I thought failure meant the end. There was a time when people laughed at my dreams. There was a time when I almost gave up. But I learned something very important. Success is not about never falling. Success is about getting up every single time you fall." The audience erupted into applause. But Daniel was not speaking about success. He was speaking about perseverance. He was speaking about courage. He was speaking about the choice to continue when quitting seems easier. My friends, if you are struggling today, if life feels difficult, if people are doubting you, if your progress feels slow, remember Daniel's story. The seed underground does not look successful, but it is growing. The roots are forming. The foundation is being built, and one day the growth becomes visible to everyone. Never stop believing in yourself. Never stop learning. Never moving forward. Because the dream you are working for today may become the success story people talk about tomorrow. Thank you for listening. And remember, your future is not created by your comfort. It is created by your courage to continue. Moral of the story: success belongs to those who keep moving forward, even when they cannot see the results of their efforts. Patience, persistence, and belief can turn an ordinary dream into an extraordinary reality.